Hi, welcome to another lesson. Today's program is a program that we are doing especially for those people who have taken the time to email me and to ask questions by letter. Besides that, we will want to review some of the things that we have done and give you some new instructions that would assist you not only in enjoying your instrument, but making greater use of this opportunity that comes straight into your home via television. Well, my friends, the first question that we want to answer in today's program is, Louis, I would like to get a pan for my friend or children or for my parents. How do we choose or select a pan? Well, friends, in trying to answer that question, I went around and I made a research, and we have decided to choose a pan that I would endorse. And today, I have chosen a tenor pan, a low C tenor pan, produced by Lincoln Enterprises, as the pan I'm going to endorse. And we are presenting to you the Louis Signature Series. All pans, to my mind, and to the average person, looks the same, but all pans are not the same. The difference in pans comes from the differences in the people who tune pans. We have pans that are tuned by Tony Slater, by Mr. Bertie Marshall, and Mr. Edgar Myers. And these are some of the tuners who I have been in communication with, who are going to work with Lincoln Enterprises to produce a special pan for students who are following the program, Learning with Louis. Now, what is so interesting about this pan is that the pan is a chromed pan. Yes, this pan is a chrome pan, and it's been chromed by Chrome Furnishers. Yes, Mr. Zaid Mustafa and Chrome Furnishers. And I want to suggest to you that that chroming company has the best quality chroming that's available in Trinidad and Tobago. And the pan comes with a stand. Now, this is one of the things that we take for granted. The quality of your stand, and we have a chrome stand here, and it comes with chrome adjustments. Each one of these knots or knobs have been chromed. So you have a pan and a stand, the chrome finish, that will give you years of excellent presentation. When you open your pan, you have a beautifully chromed pan to go with a beautifully chromed pan stand. And we have decided that this pan stand, with its adjustments here, there are adjustments here, and I want to go on this side. You will observe the adjustments are here. These are the adjustments in when you open the stand. The stand opens and closes. These are the adjustments to ensure that it remains open when you close it. And then on this here, we have a special adjustment to adjust the height of the pan up or down. And this knot here keeps it in place. So the chrome stand, it's a professional chrome stand. It's been well done and well coordinated to ensure that your pan is secure in its position in front of you. Now let's pay some attention to the pan of itself. And another question that's been asked that I want my friends to understand is, Louis, when I look at a pan, it just looks like a silver platform with some notes on it. And people have told me that they have problems in identifying the notes. Now, I have decided to try to find a method that will assist you. Remember, the word is assist you in identifying on the low C tenor pan where the notes are. Let's think about a clock. And we are saying that if you look at 6 o'clock, if I'm standing and this is a clock, in front of me, immediately in front of me, at the 6 o'clock position would be the note C. So think about this, friends. When you see your pan and you walk in front of your pan, As you stand in front of the pan, at 6 o'clock is the note C. And depends on how the pan is hung. And in this case, in the case of our Louis Signature Series tenor pan, this one is hung, and when I talk about hung, the point at which the pan is tied onto the pan stand. This position here. And this is on the right side. And what we are saying, if you check that note, generally speaking, that note will be the note A. So 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock is the note C. And at 3 o'clock on your pan, you will find the note A, generally speaking. And then when you look on the left-hand side of the tenor pan, where this is where the hang is on the left-hand side, generally speaking, this is where the hang is on the left. So you look at where it hangs, that note, generally speaking, would be the note E flat. So here it is. We have located 3 positions that if you walk up to a pan, you have no clue at all about music. You can say 6 o'clock, that is C note. 3 o'clock, that is an A note. And at 9 o'clock, that's an E flat note. Yes, you want to know what happens at 12 o'clock. Well, let me tell you. At the top of the pan, depends on how the pan is hung. Now, I want to let you know that different pans, when the way they are made by each tuner and each organizer of the pan, might hang the pan differently. Generally speaking, the top of the pan at 12 o'clock, the note there is F sharp, right? So when we look up here, in this particular pan, the note is F sharp. But there are some pans where you may find that that note at 12 o'clock, because of the way the pan is adjusted, could be B. So when you look at the top of your pan, the notes that you will get is either F sharp or B. So get it again. 12 o'clock, F sharp or B, depends on how the pan is adjusted. This way. At 3 o'clock is the note A. At 6 o'clock is the note C. And at 9 o'clock is the note E flat. Next to F sharp. Now that's very important for you to get. When you look at the top of the pan, next to F sharp is the note C sharp. So the top of a pan, the first 3 notes at the top of the low C tenor pan, depends on how the pan is swung, would be B, F sharp, or C sharp. So today, my friends, I introduced to you, and let me just remind you of our favorite selection. Now, people have asked me, why Mary Had a Little Lamb? Why are we playing the simple selections? Because it's important for you to take songs that you already know, so that you spend your time focusing on proficiency, location of notes, sound, sight, and getting a sense of what you're going to play. As the program progresses, as your learning and ability progresses, of course, the melodies that we would select will be more complicated. Right? What is also important is that any instrument that you have, if you have a guitar, you can follow our lessons by playing the melodic lines, playing your scales on the guitar. If you have a violin, you can follow. If you have your recorder, you can follow. If you have your keyboard or your harmonium, oh yes, these instructions, we are using the pan, we are teaching the pan, but we're teaching music. And in teaching music, it allows you to take your harmonium and enjoy the same exercises that we are doing. Now, to continue our pan Louis Signature Series, let's look at another feat here. We have our sticks, but I want to focus on the pan case. Yes, this is the pan case. Let me show you. The pan case works 2 ways. You can carry your pan like a real professional, very, very comfortably. Or you can carry your pan Now this pan case comes in the national colors. It comes in black. It comes in other colors like brown and beige. And they're designer colors, so you can choose the color that you want. But the pan, the Louis Signature Series, comes with your pan and your pan case. And let me just open the pan case to show you what it's like on the inside. The pan sits in the pan case with the face up, so the pan goes in there. You realize that the case is padded, which allows you to protect the outer shell of the pan from scratches and that type of things that would affect the image of your instrument. In the top of the case, there is a compartment where you can put your sticks. Oh yes, the sticks goes right in here, right in here. Right? So we have the tenor pan, chrome tenor pan, the pan stand, the pan case, and the pan sticks. And I want to let you know, my friends, that the Louis Signature Series is available at Lincoln Enterprises. The number is available in the phone book at Gallus. You can call and say, Louis said to call. That's the password. The password there is Louis. And you will be able to get your tenor pan, your pan stand, your beautiful pan case, and a pair of pan sticks at a price that is specially for you. When you call to order, you can get your price. But this is what we stand behind. We endorse it. This is the product that we will be standing behind to ensure that you can get a proper quality instrument to play. We stand behind the quality. And these pans, before they're handed to you, will be tested to ensure that they stand up to scrutiny. Now, another thing that we have recognized is that different people are using different pans to follow the program. And that is wonderful. So today we introduce the double second pan, and I will be discussing with Darren location of notes on the double second pan, which makes you comfortable to follow our program knowing your location of notes. So if I turn to Darren. Darren, as usual, I really am enjoying the way you make this pan seem to be such a voice that speaks and sings to us. Now, the question that my colleagues have been asking is, when they see the pan, just like they saw the soprano pan, it just looks like a face. And we want you to walk it through again to identify the notes on the pan. Give them some references that will help them to identify notes on the double second pan.
Well, first to begin, I want to point out that the basic note patterns of the double second instrument is the same in terms of the actual notes that are placed on each drum. In some instances, the lowest note, most cases, the lowest note is the F sharp. And in other instances, fewer than in the case of the F sharp, you find you have a low F on the right pan, an F that is an octave lower than this. And in some cases, especially for guys who do a lot of soloing and stuff, they have a E, a lower E, an octave lower to this E. But in most cases, you find that the double second in most steel bands start from this low F sharp. That's one thing. That's one thing we need to identify.
What I also want to ask you is it that there are different double second pans that are tuned differently, or is it that tuners tune their pans especially for a particular purpose, like the person will have a lower E or a lower F on a particular side? Are those pans specially chosen or specially tuned for that purpose, or are those pans common pans?
Well, as I said before, this particular styling of instrument is basically the same in terms of the notes that are placed on each drum. All that really differs is whether you have a lower F or a lower E. Most cases you find is the F sharp. And you find soloists who sometimes may require a lower tone or more range for a particular piece. They would tend to lean towards having the low F or the low F sharp, because it gives you a whole lot more. You'd be surprised how much notes you could get. Adding 2 octaves, I mean, it gives you a whole lot more depth in terms of what you can do as a soloist on the instrument.
Okay, so in choosing this particular pan, we are saying that this double second pan is one of the more common types, with the low F sharp as the lowest note on the left hand side. So Darren, let's take the left pan and see where are the notes on this pan?
Well, based on how the pan is hung, the F sharp is between the upright furthest left. There's a low F sharp, then there's a octave F sharp.
So what we're saying, at 9 o'clock, right, there are 2 F sharp notes.
Correct.
Right, so where the pan is hung, my friends, at 9 o'clock, that's where the 2 F sharp notes are. And what are the other notes?
To the right of that, there's B flat. So we're using 9 o'clock as our reference point. Then there's B flat, and to the right of B flat is E.
So let's take that 6 o'clock thinking. At 6 o'clock, where you stand in front of the instrument, where the instrument is closest to you, we have B flat and E.
Correct.
Nice.
After E, we have C. And C lies just below the inner upright on the right hand side, or as you would say 3 o'clock on your left side instrument.
Right. So when you see 3 o'clock on your pan, this is the left side of your double second pan. And you must remember that the lowest note, the F sharp, the pan with the F sharp note always goes to the left of you. So when we look at the pan, where you see the second point where the pan is hung, that note there at 3 o'clock is C.
After C, we have G sharp, and we have 2 octaves of G sharp. So after C, there's a higher octave G sharp, and then there's a lower octave G sharp.
Right. And at 12 o'clock now, which is the top of the pan.
Well, the G sharp, the lower G sharp would be 12 o'clock. Just to the left of 12 o'clock, you have D.
Nice. So what we're saying is, when you look at your left side pan, you're going to see at 12 o'clock, to the left, let's say around 11, that's when you're moving towards 12, you have the note D, and note at 12 o'clock is what again, Darren?
G sharp.
G sharp. Nice. What about this pan on the right side now?
Well, on the right, you start off, the lowest note on the right hand side of the instrument is G. So if you're playing the chromatic scale, if you're looking for as note references, the very lowest note on the instrument is F sharp, and the note just higher in pitch from F sharp is G.
Right. So friends, if you have your 2 pans at home, you're not sure, you don't know where F sharp is still, remember the pan with the lowest note goes on the left, and that lowest note is an F sharp, and the right, the lowest note is a G. So let's play that F sharp and that G again for them. Nice. So we will continue to share with you in this feedback program the location of notes, and I'll answer some other questions that you have asked me, which I'll answer in this program. Welcome back, friends. We're going to continue sharing with Darren and sharing with you, more importantly, how to locate notes on the right side of the double second pan. So Darren, we talk about G. Just kind of take the notes again.
Well, as I said, the lowest note on the right hand pan is G. To the furthest left, or 3 o'clock, would be B. And if we go to the left is F. To the left of that, we have 2 octaves A, the lower octave, and the higher octave. So that's B,
B at 3 o'clock,
F,
F. A would, A and A would be the bottom of the pan, that would be 6 o'clock.
and then to the left of the second octave A,
That's at 9 o'clock,
C sharp.
C sharp. And then we have the inner notes.
Well, we have 2 notes at the outside again. After C sharp is the note that we started off with, G. Then we have the octave G to the right of that. The lowest note on the right hand pan is G. To the furthest left, or 3 o'clock, would be B. And if we go to the left is F. To the left of that, we have 2 octaves A, the lower octave, and the higher octave. So that's B,
B at 3 o'clock,
F,
F. A would, A and A would be the bottom of the pan, that would be 6 o'clock.
and then to the left of the second octave A,
That's at 9 o'clock,
C sharp.
C sharp. And then we have the inner notes.
Well, we have 2 notes at the outside again. After C sharp is the note that we started off with, G. Then we have the octave G to the right of that. The lowest note on the right hand pan is G. To the furthest left, or 3 o'clock, would be B. And if we go to the left is F. To the left of that, we have 2 octaves A, the lower octave, and the higher octave. So that's B,
B at 3 o'clock,
F,
F. A would, A and A would be the bottom of the pan, that would be 6 o'clock.
and then to the left of the second octave A,
That's at 9 o'clock,
C sharp.
C sharp. And then we have the inner notes.
Well, we have 2 notes at the outside again. After C sharp is the note that we started off with, G. Then we have the octave G to the right of that.
So at the top of the pan at 12 o'clock, you have 2 G's on the right-hand side of your pan, G and G. The interesting thing is, if you use a marker, that's another thing you wanted to find out. You can use one of those markers, not the permanent markers, the whiteboard markers, and that's what we use in the studio. And you use that to put the notes on your pan. As you listen, you write down your notes. That's important, so you get a chance to organize it. Now what I'm going to ask Darren to do, because remember you're going to play the pan, left hand play the left side, right hand play the right side, you don't cross. Darren, just demonstrate some of the techniques of playing the pan. what we've just tried to show you is where we want you to go. That clarity, that dexterity, that ability to massage the instruments with your sticks and produce musical notes. Well, friends, today we want to thank you for joining us. I want to thank you for your feedback, and I want you to continue to write me. My email address is links@tsct.net.tt. And if you want a pan at a special price, specially chosen, you can pick up the Louis Signature Series at Lincoln Enterprises, Gala Street in Woodbrook. So until next time, keep enjoying, playing, practicing on your pan.